Alright, so to remove the heat shield from the turbo, it's hooked up by 3 bolts, 10 millimeters, so you got one up top there, and then you have 2 right down here. So basically you just loosen all 3 of those, and that will give you access. Basically I'm just cracking them loose there. And I will unscrew, because I'm only working with one hand, so I'll come back to the video after I finish unscrewing those 3 bolts. Now that we've removed the turbo heat shield, the next thing what we're going to do is remove this first oxygen sensor. This thing wraps all the way up back this way, and then it'll get clipped right there. A lot of people will remove the or unbolt the 4 bolts that are here from the downpipe, and then do the bottom section, pull out the downpipe with the sensor still in place, and then remove the sensors. But I think it's a little easier if we just remove this, because to get access back here, maybe you have better luck than I do, but my hands are a little too big to try to squeeze that sensor off, so I'm just going to remove this here. This is a tool that you're going to use to remove that. This is a specialty tool. It's an oxygen sensor wrench, so it's got a spot where you can put your ratchet right there, so you can twist off, have enough room under tight spots. And basically it's got a 6-sided shape there, and then just a basic oval shape there, or circle shape there. And basically what you do is you just take this thing, and it'll look like you're putting it upside down, because obviously you want the hexagon shape on the bolt. So you're gonna wrap it here around this thing there, around that wire, and basically you're just gonna sink it into place. Adjust it however you need. And you stick your wrench right in there, and you start turning. So we're going to start turning this thing away. So we'll stick our wrench in there, and what we're going to do is we're going to pull this way to loosen. And we're going to go ahead and loosen that up, and I'll be right back. And here is the oxygen sensor wrench we're using, just in case you don't have one and you need to get one, or you want to know kind of what it looks like. It was about $13, $14 at O'Reilly's. So here's the part number there, W84008. Oxygen sensor wrench. That's what we'll be using. Alright, so we got the oxygen sensor out finally. There it is. Little tip, it will feel like it's not turning, but it will, and it's normal for this thing to kind of start turning with your wrench like this. So it doesn't twist for very long until it comes out, so you won't break it. Not a big deal. So we got that thing loose. Now it's time to unscrew these 4 bolts that are holding up the downpipe on the top end. Alright, so these top 2 bolts here came off pretty easily. These were held on by a 15 millimeter, so you just snap those right off. And then the ones on the bottom I found are trickier to get to, just because they're so tight and there's not much room there. So you're going to probably need a deep socket, and then maybe an extension depending on what ratchet you're using. So I'm going to try to get in there with a deep socket. Alright, so I broke free 3 of them so far. The top 2 which were really easy. The one that's right beneath this one here, that one for some reason wasn't budging with a 15 millimeter. I ended up having to pull it out with a 16 millimeter deep socket that came right out. Now I'm having issues with this bottom left one because of the space I have. I even ended up removing a couple of bolts here to remove the shield, or to loosen it at least, to give me a little bit more playroom. Still having some issues, so I'm going to try to see what I can do to loosen that last one up, and then I will be back. Alright, I finally got that last bolt off. Man, that was a pain. I had to use a 3/8 ratchet and a 15 millimeter deep socket. It literally was click by click, but as soon as you get it to fit in there, you're not gonna have much room, because this thing is gonna be in the way here. You literally got to use both hands to, at least I did, pull all the way out this way and get it loose enough so where you can tighten the rest by hand. Alright, so we have all 4 bolts. So these 2 and the 2 below unscrewed. Next we have to jack the car up to do the bottom side. Actually, before we jack the car up, there is one more bolt that needs to be removed. This one is way down here. If you can see that one right there. that is held on to a bracket, and it is a 13 millimeter. So we're gonna stick a ratcheting wrench right in there from the top here because it's easier. The less work we have to do with the car jacked up, the better. So we'll do it from the top since it's very reachable compared to the fourth bolt there that we had to do from the downpipe. So we'll unbolt that one, and then we'll jack the car right up.